So I recently got Jean when I was pulling in the child banner, and I was curious how she works, because as far as I'm aware there's 3 different builds for Jean. You can go the more healer route, you can go more of a supporty route with Viridescent Veranera, or you can go more DPS route. And I had some pretty good Viridescent Veranera artifacts already for Sucrose, but I've recently given Sucrose some more elemental mastery gear, so instead I already have the perfect stuff for Jean. Have a nice, well, decent Animo Goblet. Substats aren't great, but what can you do? A nice crit rate and damage flower. Decent attack percent and crit damage feather. Okay, Sands could be better, could be worse. The energy regeneration is really nice for Jean's ultimate because it uses 80 energy. And finally a crit rate circlet off-piece, which has pretty nice stats for Jean. So this is what I've been using as a sort of damagey support Jean, who can also heal with the ultimate pretty well. The other thing I want to try out, my Zhao currently has some really nice artifacts, and I wonder how Jean would do with these as a DPS build. It's a little bit better Animo Goblet. It has a tap percent, which is always nice. It's a really good crit damage circlet, because Zhao always has a high crit rate anyway, especially thanks to his weapon. I have 2 gladiator set pieces as well for the attack percent bonus, and this is quite nice. Attack percent, crit damage percent, and crit rate percent, which is always nice, and flat attack. Really good flower actually. Really nice crit damage flower, off piece with the attack percent as well, which is always nice. And finally the attack percent Sands, which has crit rate, crit damage, energy recharge, all good stuff. So I'll try these on Jean as well. She's currently borrowing Bennett's Black Sword, which is actually really good for Jean. Unfortunately don't have any 5 stars, but this has done, I can do some good damage with Jean with this, and it obviously helps her crit rate. So with the current set, stats could be better. It's not perfectly balanced, but for something I've sort of cobbled together over a week or so, I'm pretty happy with that. So we'll start off against some random Hilichurls, see some attacks. So pretty much all of her attacks seem to be critting. She has what, 79% I think it was, crit rate, and we're critting for about 1.5 to 2k. Charge attack does almost 5,000. That's pretty nice. That's for her E. 10k crit's pretty nice. See if I can do that again. Yeah, 10k crits. What about her ultimate? A burst. So 14,000 damage is pretty nice. We'll bring him in. 2,000 from people entering and exiting the circle. So now I've put it on the artifact Zhao had onto Jean. The crit rate and damage is a bit unbalanced now. I'll give it a go. I might end up swapping the crit damage circuit back to the crit rate one. Maybe that'll work a bit better for Jean, but let's give it a go. See how it deals damage-wise down. Here's some enemies. So 15k crit this time instead of 10. That's already a big upgrade for her E. 5k when it doesn't crit, which will probably be a lot more often with a lower crit rate. Yeah, 15k again. I do have a lot less energy recharge, so her burst isn't going to be up as often. Let's see what her attack damage is like. 2,000 to 3,000? It's not critting as often. What about the charge attack? That was 2,600, but I don't think that critted. Let's see. Oh, he's dead. Let's try again with someone else. What's the charge attack crit like on these guys? Let's try again. 7,000, that's pretty good. It's quite inconsistent though. Let's see what the burst does with all these people around.
I swear by my sword.
I don't think that critted anyone. I'll have to look again. As for people entering and leaving, 4,000's pretty good. It's twice as much, I'd say. Seems very inconsistent though with the crits, unlike before. So if we swap this crit damage one back to the crit rate one that I had before, I actually will lose the 2-piece viridescent. So perhaps I could use one of these viridescent pieces. So let's see. Crit damage is quite nice. And this one, yeah, this one's a better one. So let's try this one out. Oh, I'm in combat. And away we go. And another one. Behind. Let's try this again. The crit damage one, yeah. And now her overall stats look like this, which 77 and 116. Obviously we're going to lose a lot in crit damage here, but the chance to be so much higher, maybe that'll be a nicer set. Okay, found some people to try out this one here. So we're critting slightly higher than the first set. But not as much as the second set. But we're critting much more often now. See, almost every single attack seems to do crit. 5,000 on the charge attack. How about the E, the skill? 11,800, almost 12,000. It's better than the first set. It's obviously nowhere near the 15,000 we're getting from the that's it. Let's see about the burst. Although he's quite close to that barrel. Wait for that to go. Let's try this.
Barbados, guide us.
17,000 crit. That was better than 14,000 we had before. And this is the chest on this. I've played this game since launch and I've missed this one. It's yeah, if anyone else hasn't got this one. Most people probably do, but who knows. So given Xiao back his stuff, his artifacts, I think from the pieces I have, I really like just the 4-piece bonus for the Viridescent Viridnera set. She can do a lot of damage, but she can also then support the team, either for Hydro or Pyro in this team. But obviously, whoever your main carry is, they're going to want the resistances lowered for their element. And I think, yeah, as a support, she could do a lot of damage, a lot more than I originally thought she was good for. And she can support, and obviously she can heal. And I think the best part about Jean really is her heals do damage based off of your attack. So you could just focus purely on damage instead of something like health or defense, which other healers use, which obviously isn't as good at killing the enemies as in that case. So I've set up a couple of teams. The first one is supporting damaged Klee. Second one is doing sort of more of a Fireworks Tartaglia build. And the third one is having a double Anemo, double Pyro Resonance Xiao DPS. And we can try those out and see how they fare. So I sped these up. The first team was with Klee, and I found, especially because of how squishy Klee is, she has really low health, really low defense, that having a healer on the team was really helpful. And then obviously Jean does the resistance shred with the Viridescent Viridnera set, which obviously means that Klee herself does a lot more damage. It's quite a quick run with Klee. I think it ended up being, yeah, 1 minute 16, which isn't too bad. Onto the Tartaglia team. The team itself does really a lot of damage. It was quite nice. The main issue I had was I was on my child for too long and ended up getting beaten up. And I'd already used Jean's ultimate a bit prematurely, so I spent a lot of time here as Jean recharging her energy before I could use it again. Fortunately, the team's quite high energy regeneration thanks to the 2 Electro team members, and I ended up spamming my ults quite often and did the fight reasonably quick. It would have been a lot faster if I hadn't used my Jean's ultimate straight away, but it worked out pretty well. Finally, we're on to Xiao's team. To be fair, this team is pretty stacked. Has Bennett, so obviously all your damage is going to be increased, and then has 2 Pyro characters for the Pyro Resonance, so I was doing an extra 25% attack anyway. I didn't actually have Xiao's energy up at the start, so a lot of the time was spent on him and Jean building up his energy, but as soon as I had his energy, he was over already, so this was a bit of an unfair comparison, I think. So Jean is a pretty fun character. I think she works really well in reaction teams, because obviously with the reactions you can lower the opponent's resistances to those elements, which obviously help a lot more with teams that are focused on elemental damage. You can do fun things like pick up enemies and do big damage like this, 22,000 full damage here, and or she can also just collect a bunch of people up, shoot them in the air, which also spread fire to everyone as well, so if you had a Hydra character that would have been really helpful. Obviously I've done something pretty different today with the character talking. It took quite a while to do, so I'd love to hear what you think, whether you like it or think it's a waste of time. Any constructive criticism helps. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please give it a like, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing.